Whether they're writing their name in the book of Satan or sucking the life out of little children, witches have been a part of horror cinema since forever. So let's talk about some of our favorite witches, bitches. Okay.
Also, all my neck problems come from you saying something, me going, whoosh, like I literally do it all the time.
Acting like you have Beyonce hair,
Exactly, yeah,
and
yeah.
just flipping it around. Yeah. Hey,
Okay.
James, how are you?
Bitch, I'm tired. How are you?
Good. We're not actually in the same room together, even though if you're watching this, it looks like it.
Yeah, it's just CGI.
Yeah.
Like, really, really good special effects right now. The practical effects in this
They're
film
giving.
are exceptional. Yeah,
They're
it is
giving.
weird
I know.
talking to you next to you.
I know.
We don't do this.
I know.
Yeah, we wanted to talk about witches.
Because it's spooky season.
It's spooky season. We are a part of a coven. We're not going to tell you which one because it's not your business. But yeah, like I feel like the subgenre almost made a comeback, right? With some movies that we'll talk about here, like more modern day stuff. But I don't know.
You get a splash of like witchy things like every several years, whether it's like in your face, like, something stupid like
stuff in my
Hocus
face.
Pocus 2, which was awful,
Yeah,
or something a little more, subtle, like, Hereditary,
Ooh.
I kind of consider those to be kind of like
Mhm.
a coven or like witchy things,
Yes.
cult, whatever.
Mhm.
I thought those were weird. They were doing some fucking spells and
Yes,
shit
yeah,
on people,
Yeah,
right?
there was candles. When
Yeah.
there's candles lit, witches are involved.
Yes.
A lot of times it's like there's a Necronomicon book, blah, 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 whatever, but that goes into the demon. It's weird because they do kind of overlap a little bit. We spoke about like the Conjuring in our demons episode, and then I was looking like for witch stuff and realized that they call the entity a demon. It's like in the Conjuring, she smells like, meat walking around the house or some bullshit,
Yeah.
which that's how I smell too. And then later they're like, she was a witch who
Sold her soul to Satan.
like sold
Yeah.
her soul to Satan. So I'm like, well then, bitch, which one are you? Like where do we fall? Like you fall in line with the subgenres and stuff. So yeah, we wanted to talk about like specifically witchy
Witches.
bitches. Yeah,
Witches. Yeah. One of my favorite like subgenres. Okay.
This is a Derek episode.
It is. I know. Sorry. James, are you not like a witch fan?
I do like witch movies. I don't seek them out as much, but they do creep me out.
Yeah.
I think because they're usually rooted in some kind of reality, but it's not like some kind of like fantastical paranormal situation. It's there, but it's usually
Like in the background.
It's in the background.
Yeah.
Yes, like it's just unnerving enough. Like you can have something like, well, I want to say the movies that we're going to talk about in a second, but they're more grounded.
Yeah.
Like they can be like fun and crazy with the things, but yeah, like when you're saying Hereditary.
Yeah.
It's a lot of psychological horror, and then you find out that it's inklings of this, witchery.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. They just look like normal people in these movies.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So like you would just never know.
Right.
Which I think is generally probably how witches are, right?
That's how I found out you were
I don't
a
want to
witch.
speak for the witch community.
Right.
Yeah,
We're not.
sorry.
Yeah. No, disclaimer. I'm not speaking for, or I'm not speaking for witches.
No.
Just about them. Listen, it's spooky season, so we want to have a spooky game, but it's a special occasion, us being in person. So we're just for you all. It's not special for us at all. This fucking sucks. So we're gonna get right into like the movies. Dirk, I want to know what your now that I know that you can't stand me saying your name like that, that's how I'm going to say it going forward. Dirk, can you tell me what some of your favorite witch movies are?
Yes.
I've been waiting.
Let me get my list.
Let me
get my list.
Oh, he has a list.
I have a list.
She's prepared.
Okay, so I don't think we can actually talk about witch movies without talking about The Witch.
Sure we
and
can.
I know we're starting with one that like you're not a super big fan of, but I really enjoyed that
Yes, I know
movie.
you do.
And we were talking to our friend Phil about this just the other day, and I think he was right. Like, because I did actually see this in theater. I loved it in the theater, but he made the point. He goes, I think the how did he say it? Like, your experience with the movie, I think, would be better if you need subtitles essentially for this
He
movie.
said watch with subtitles.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
It
that makes sense.
affects the quality of like your viewing experience because they speak in like that old English,
That old tongue.
yeah, like dialogue,
Yeah.
and sometimes I can't understand what the fuck they're
Yeah,
saying.
no.
Yeah, it sounds like they're reading like Bible verses half the time.
They probably were.
Yeah.
Probably were.
I beat you, the witch of the wood.
The witch, yeah, and I'm just like, ooh, wow.
So that one's directed by Robert Eggers. He's also done
Mm.
Nosferatu, The Lighthouse, and I think his next project is going to be The Wolfman.
Yeah, that's right.
And so far, like his work, his body of work so far, I think The Witch is the only one that's really resonated with me.
Mhm.
I wasn't a huge fan of Nosferatu. I wasn't a huge fan of The Lighthouse. So
Haven't seen a single one of them. I did see The Witch, besides The Witch.
yeah,
It's always dark. It's very bleak.
yeah.
I love the aesthetic. Like, and I didn't hate The Witch.
Well, what I really appreciate about The Witch specifically is just that it just went for it at the
Mhm.
end. I feel like so many movies nowadays will kind of pull punches,
Yeah.
and they'll have like a setup where something super dramatic or awful is going to happen, but then there's no follow through. What I appreciate about The Witch is like, okay, at the end of the movie, again, spoilers ahead.
Oh yeah, we spoil everything.
Spoilers
You
ahead.
should have seen these.
The girl ends up writing her name in the Book of Satan, and I feel like in a lot of movies
Mhm.
she would have like a happier ending, but like this poor girl, she is alone in the woods. Her family is dead.
They sucked. Her family fucking sucked.
They were rude to her.
They were
gonna,
so mean.
They were going
and
to
she
sell
did-
her off to another family for like a couple pennies.
She was like taking care of the kid, doing everything that she's supposed to do. And the dad was like, "You're a dumb bitch." And the mom was like, "I'm gonna look the other way." And then the kid was like, "Well, I'm possessed or dying now or something." And she just has to deal with all that shit.
And
So
they
I was
blamed
like-
her for
They
it.
blamed her for it. So I
Yeah.
was like, I will say it was one of the few, because it's A24, correct?
Yes.
It's one of the first A24 movies to have come out. So they used to advertise their stuff as like straight up horror. And then you'd watch it and be like, that wasn't horror. Like it has horror elements, but it's like, oh, that was something different than what they advertised. They're like prolific for great trailers that kind of actually
Yeah.
don't tell you what the movie actually is. And they kind of missell it. But that one is one of the few that gives you a definitive ending, because a lot of A24 movies, like our joke when we're playing like certain games and Dead by Daylight and shit, it's usually just Dead by Daylight, is that like, oh, we got the A24 ending because everyone died.
Yeah.
Like everyone's dead at the end, or like, oops, no answer. Like, we don't need to, like, we'll give you a bunch of like, it could have been this or this or this, and we're going to tell you nothing. Like that
Yeah.
one was just like a walk through this girl's miserable life, because she wasn't miserable, and just like building and building and building, and it's creepy and it's weird. And then at the end, she's like, fuck it, and floats away.
I'm gonna do something with my life.
Yeah,
I'm gonna taste butter and get a pretty dress.
Yes.
And learn to fly.
I'm going to live deliciously.
Where's
bitch.
God? He's
Where-
not helping me
Yeah,
right now. Like,
Yeah.
you know.
Let's go find him.
Yeah.
Is he up here?
So yeah, I don't know. Like, I just thought The Witch is very metal of a movie. It's very black metal.
It's a very black.
It's very black metal
I get
movie,
that.
and that really resonates with me, and I just love it.
What was the goat's name?
Black Phillip.
Black Phillip.
Black Phillip. Black metal.
There you go.
Yeah.
I love that.
Hmm.
Who would do the soundtrack? Who would do the metal soundtrack?
Oh God, I think someone. Oh, it's really like Behemoth. I know. Or you're a huge fan of Behemoth.
Yeah, no. Like that's my number one. Like
Yeah.
if you didn't say Behemoth, I'd be like, what's wrong with you? Like it's also what they called me in school all the time. So like, way to trigger me on my own podcast.
Sorry.
Damn. Okay. Wow.
My letterbox rating for The Witch is 5 out of 5.
5 out of 5.
Yeah.
Okay. Cute.
Yeah.
I love that. I need to update my letterbox.
You need to do it. You need to do it. Don't. Here's what I'm been trying to encourage James to use his letterbox. What I want
To
you-
use my box more.
Yeah, what I want you to do, don't go through like all the movies you know you've already seen. Just do them as you watch them.
Yes.
Like, okay.
Don't put the pressure on myself. of
No,
going back
then
to
like
that
the next
catalog.
movie you watch, just log it on
Pretty cool.
Letterbox and just, give your star rating. You don't have to say. I don't ever do like reviews unless it's just like a sentence or two. But I'm more of a star ratings kind of person.
Okay.
You know. Yeah.
I'm gonna make myself cringe for a second.
Okay.
I do sometimes the ratings and reactions and reactions, the ratings and reviews. Hi, I'm James. The shit that I have on my Letterboxd is kind of the like pretentious shit that we hate that other people do as reviews.
You do it.
Like if I pulled up a review of like a Halloween or something, it probably is kind of like a oof.
Yeah,
James.
paragraphs?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's like one paragraph.
Yeah.
I'm very precise.
Yeah.
I'm very precise with my words when I'm writing, and when I'm speaking, it is word vomit. So
Do you use puns like Michael Myers is just slashing his way into the
okay,
hearts of
no,
millions?
no. There's
Okay.
that's where the cringe. I do not. I will. You
Then I think you're okay.
you watch your goddamn mouth.
I think you're
I will
okay.
not. Okay, then I'm fine. Like, but I'll take the review seriously. I'm like, okay, so like. The cinematography was blah 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 blah, but the something was not as blah 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 as the something. So overall, blah 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 blah. Like it's
That's
cohesive.
fine.
Okay,
That's
good,
fine.
good.
I'm gonna make fun of you either way.
Listen, don't
It's
gaslight
okay.
me. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Good. Bitch, I was worried.
What about you? What do you like?
Okay.
What's a
Well,
witchy movie for you?
I'll go the total opposite with your witch situation, and I'll say like Hocus Pocus.
Okay.
So, and I mean, I have the 4K here. I thought I had this on tape, and I don't.
Wow.
The 4K is beautiful though. If you're watching the video of this, I'm holding up the 4K, and it's cute. I mean, Hocus Pocus 2, you mentioned, is
Oh.
horrifically unenjoyable for us. And if you love the movie, then that is great for you.
But tell me why.
But tell me why. Can you meet us in the comments, and can you fucking explain yourself?
Yeah.
And with this one, how I was saying before, like, witch movies are kind of grounded, but then there's like that fantastical element added to it. That's how The Witch is technically. Like,
Yeah.
it's a very, like, if you looked at it as just like a straightforward, like, it is like a horrific, bleak drama.
Yeah.
When you add the little elements of witchcraft, because it's kind of not meant to be fully understood. What's the ghost name again? Black Adam?
Black Phillip.
Black Phillip. I'm
Black
thinking of-
Adam.
That's
a Marvel
Rock.
character,
Yeah,
I think.
okay, he
Yeah.
plays that character. Someone's whatever. Yeah, that's not my. I don't go there. So
We don't do that.
Sure,
Yeah,
that's
I
a
don't
great
know.
movie
I don't
too.
know.
But Black Phillip is like, I don't understand that, but I don't have to understand that.
Yeah.
So with Hocus Pocus, it's a lot of that. It's like, oh, I'm a teenage Disney kid and goo, whatever. And like, shit's not going my way and the kids took my shoes and my sister doesn't like me, but I love myself. Whatever the fuck is going on. And then you get
And then we'll
these,
break out into a musical
yeah, and then you
number.
get these goofy ass witches
Yeah.
that show up. And because there's no real rules, there is an element of surprise throughout.
Yeah.
But overall, the movie, I think, is goddamn hilarious.
This part 2?
No,
Oh,
I'm
the
sorry. I went
first
back to
one.
the first
Jesus.
one.
I
The
was
second
like-
movie, no. The second movie
I didn't
is
enjoy anything
terrible.
about the second
No,
one.
And
Yeah.
the reason I think the first one is so good for me is because besides that it's funny. Like, it actually is, like, it holds up as being a funny movie. It was written well. The structure makes sense. I'm only saying that. That sounds like common sense, but I'm saying that because the second one has no structure. Like, in comparison to the second, like, I can't believe they fumbled the ball that much.
It was so watered down.
It just so, but in this one, it's like the kids are in peril and the witches are after them, etc. But the parents are taken as serious parents, like as normal parents.
Yeah.
And they're fun and this and that, but you feel like they're in danger. What the second one did, because I had to sit and like really dissect that movie and be like, where did we go wrong here? How did these women read the script and go, it's been 30 years now.
Yeah.
Now we're going to say yes.
I know.
Is they made every adult goofier than the children. The children are like the
adults,
the
essentially,
adults, the
yeah.
grounded center. And every time they go to an adult, the adults are like, well, I have to go do be the mayor and like they do some weird shit. And I mean, I didn't know that I needed a musical number in a movie like this, but I'm absolutely glad that it exists in the first movie.
It seemed more organic in the first one.
It seems
kind of
very
flowed
organic.
because
It's
they
used-
showed up at the town party.
Yes.
They were looking for the kids, and they ended up on the stage. And it's like, all right, let's use this as an opportunity to curse and put a spell on the entire town.
Right. We're going to stop the concert from
Yeah.
happening and like make ourselves look like the entertainment. But yeah,
Yes.
now we're going to have the parents
It
dance
just
until they
flowed
die.
perfectly.
The song is
Yeah.
great. The editing is also great. I'm a sucker for some good
Yeah.
editing. And so like it all flows and makes sense. And in the second one, when I heard the song was going to be, what's it? I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you,
Yeah.
one way or another,
Yeah.
that song. I was like, well, it's kind of like on the nose, but so is I Put a Spell on You. So I'm
Right.
like, okay, maybe, I'll see the movie and we'll see how it goes.
I know.
And it didn't land.
It didn't land.
It-
It didn't pack a punch the first one did, and I'll tell you why. Like the first one, think about some of it, as a fan of the first one, think about some of the dark elements in it. For instance, the book they say that her magic book was made out of human skin and it was given to her by the devil himself. They didn't touch on that at all in the sequel. Where's that energy? We have virgins.
That energy.
We
Yeah.
have virgins
Yeah.
lighting candles.
Yeah.
And that's the only way that can resurrect witches. Where's that energy? We're going to suck the
I think
life
she does.
out of all
Doesn't
the children.
The Virgin Girl light the candle in the second one?
Is there a virgin? Is there conversations about virgins?
I think there is. But
in my mind, no.
But I think it's yeah, I wasn't there for it. I wasn't
No.
present. I think the little girl, or maybe just established, but that's what it is. It's
Yeah.
like the first one was like hitting on some stuff. You're like, oh, we're talking about this right now.
Yeah.
And the second one was like, we're just gonna like. I think she just because she's a girl, of course she's a virgin, so she just lights the candle and goes, oopsie. But there's no. Oh God, I'm gonna say it.
Say it.
There's no sense of urgency. In
There's
the second
none.
One. There's no
There's
sense
none
of
at
urgency.
all.
There's no dread.
No.
There's no.
There's no countdown.
There's no countdown.
Yeah.
We need a something. And then there is another. This. I love how my love of this movie has turned into just our hatred of the second movie. When they come back to life, bitch. When they come back from the dead, they're resurrected from the dead. They cut to the kids, and the kids are like, "What's happening? Is that them?" And music starts to swell, and they come back. The three witches come back, singing and dancing. It just goes. It's not like we're back. It's just like
TikTok video, yes.
Choreographed, and I was like,
yes.
"Are you fucking kidding me?"
I can't stand it.
Swear to God. I swear to God.
I know, and oh God, I love the first one so much.
Yeah.
Saw it in theater as a kid. I was obsessed with it. And as I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, it was really one of the last like dark fantasy kid movies that I remember seeing. Like whatever happened after that. You know what I mean? Like
it was like early 90s were like perfect for these movies.
Yeah.
These movies thrived early 90s, and that's when the regular horror genre had started to plummet.
Yeah.
So I think after, I hate to say it, but like after Scream, like after the mid 90s, like everyone kind of decided we're gonna change up what's going on, but this one poked fun at itself. So it was like a version of being meta, because that's the word everyone wants to throw out there.
Dark fantasy kid movies, like Labyrinth, like Dark Crystal, and even like Never Ending Story, like back in, like movies that were like made for kids, but it's like,
but still,
this is some dark
Page
stuff.
Master, like
Page Master, even for sure.
Yeah.
Where are those now? I miss those.
And if they do come out, they don't hit like this.
No, and I feel like movies like this, Hocus Pocus, and even the ones I just mentioned before, like Labyrinth, Dark Crystal, Never Ending Story, there were things in there for adults as well.
That's what it is.
There was nothing in Hocus Pocus 2 for anyone.
It was like you had to be 5 years old to watch Hocus Pocus 2 and be like, "Wow, this is so great." So yeah, like the jokes that we didn't quite get as kids, we still kind of understood and laughed at.
Yeah.
So now as adults, we're like, that's hilarious. Where Hocus Pocus 2 immediately did not strike a chord.
Yeah.
And now over time, it'll strike less of a chord.
Yes.
So let's stop talking about that bullshit sequel. We'll pick another one.
Let's talk about...
Go off, Queen.
All right. So you can't have an episode about witches. I know I've said this before, and you can't not talk about The Witch. You also can't not talk about The Craft.
The Craft.
Yes. I know you just mentioned, Scream and like that whole explosion of like teen slasher movies. I feel like The Craft kind of, even though it's not a slasher movie, it kind of still fits in with that group of movies.
Did I accidentally transition perfectly to your next pick? Is that what happened just
I think
now?
so. Thank you for setting me up for that.
Welcome.
Yeah. The Craft is one of my core movies. It came out in 96.
I think it's 96 as well.
96. Yeah. That was a good year for Nev Campbell.
That was a great year every year's a good year for Nev Campbell, if we're really being honest.
Yeah.
But that was a fantastic year for Nev Campbell.
What do you say about that movie that hasn't already been said? It's a perfect teen movie. It's a perfect thriller. It's a perfect like dark fantasy movie. It's a perfect witch movie. I don't know what to say about it other than it's just...
Well, then I'm glad you brought it up.
Fucking perfect. I know.
Yeah, that's. I think it works really well because it is like a bunch of genres.
Yeah.
So it is like a teen... You can lean just into like the teen relationships and like the Mean Girls situation.
Yeah.
Basically, it's Mean Girls with witchcraft, but then it has like a slashery element at the end. But then it's a coming of age story.
Yeah.
There's so much other stuff going on. Oh God, am I gonna say like it really comes down to the writing? But
it does.
It does though.
It does.
But it did come out at that perfect time.
Yeah.
Where it was like. God, the movie was not diagnosing, commenting on itself, essentially. Like, that's what really hit hard in the 90s. Or, for the most part, like, that's the shit that we want to watch now. But that's why.
Yeah.
Like, and also,
Fairuza
Balk.
Queen.
Is fucking terrifying in that movie.
Yeah.
Love Nev Campbell and all of her neck pain that she has in all of her early films. Like, I stan. But she, but, like, what's the character's name?
Who?
Balk.
Nev Campbell?
No.
Who? Fairuza Balk?
Yeah.
Nancy.
I can never say her name.
Yeah.
Fairuza Balk. Nancy.
Yeah.
I'm so... Nancy, what's her name? Like, I bind you, Nancy.
I bind
James,
you, Nancy.
You're so stupid.
Yeah.
God, James, you're such an idiot. She is literally so fun to watch in that film and unhinged, but it's unhinged in a way that makes you feel uncomfortable.
Yep.
Where you want to please... As the audience, you're like, please just, like, keep her happy.
Yes.
And so when she decides, like, Ski Ulrich, like, sorry, bye, like, out the window, you're like, it's going to happen. You kind of want it to happen. You kind of don't want it to happen. Like, it is a very scary movie in the sense that they created a real threat. And the threat is a teenage fucking girl.
I know.
Like,
mad.
what is, mad teenage girl.
Yeah.
Hell hath no fury.
She just doesn't want to be white trash anymore.
I mean, I do. I think that's why I'm thriving right now. Like or that's where my anxiety comes from. I really should just give in to not being white trash.
I know. We don't have to spend more time on the craft because I think that it's just ubiquitously accepted as just an incredible movie.
Don't throw big words at me like that.
Well,
I
I probably said it wrong.
Yeah,
anyways.
they will bounce right off. Like, don't do that.
I know ubiquitous is a word, but I don't know if ubiquitously is a word. If it is,
It is
if it's
now.
not, it is now.
It's in the gay culture.
Thank you.
Thank you. Where do I want to go? You know, I will go. I have like a little collection in front of me. I'm gonna mix them up. They all feel different. That's not fair. I'm gonna go to this one. I went to Hocus Pocus, so now I'm gonna go to The Witches.
Another dark fantasy. Dark kids movie.
I feel like I'm blocking your face, but I'm actually not.
What was that rated? G or PG?
I think. Well, this is back in the day when PG-13 did not exist. PG, so it's PG. But like, okay, let's talk about 80s
Girl.
PG movies. Yeah, girl. This is the
when did this come out?
The same
though?
rating as Poltergeist, 1990.
1990.
I think it's like early
1990.
Was it early 90s when they invented?
It was 90, I think. Yeah.
Oh, so maybe because I thought they invented PG-13 in the 80s, but I could be mistaken.
1990.
No. I know that. When did PG-13 become exist? Bitch, I know it's 1998.
It says 1999 on the damn box. You stupid bitch.
You stupid bitch.
Okay.
But
when did PG-13 happen? 1984.
1984.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So then in this case, they are fucking stupid because, like, you're saying that I'm showing the witch's transformed face was acceptable for a child?
Child killers.
Child killers. They poison children. They murder parents. They turn you into rats. The puppetry and the practical effects were done by Jim Henson's company. So they're very elaborate, but they're also like very wet at the end. So when
very wet.
Yes, when like the witches end up getting, spoilers, right? The witches get poisoned and by their own shit. They drink their own juice and they start transforming. They're all like, oh, when I'm turning into rats and stuff. And it is like their faces are like wiggly and whiskers are coming out and they're like, it's like close-ups. That is too much for a child. That's too much for a baby. Like, we should not have been watching that. And that scared
I'm
the shit
glad
out of
we
me.
did, though.
I'm glad we did.
I'm so glad we
that
did.
That scared the shit out of me. That movie introduced me to conventions. Like, I didn't know like, they all meet at this business convention.
A witch
And I was
convention.
like, oh, that's so cute. Like, we get to, like, go places and
You know,
have, like,
James,
meetings.
they're bald and so are we. So I just took my wig off.
The reason we did this in person was to whoosh, like...
Who spoke?
Who's that? That is the thing that scared me the most. Like, yes, it's scary and the gooey faces and the rats and whatever, but when that adult, because adults were kind of like, they were the villain or they were the hero, and they were not both. But in that movie, it was weird because you took the villain and you had another villain, but this villain kills that villain, and I was like, what? But it was giving like school teacher. It was giving queen goddess, my inspiration.
She said, bitch, pull up.
Bitch, pull up. Yeah. Like, but I just was not expecting, like, and it got so quiet. It was lots of like screaming and this and that and cackling. And the kid's like, what the hell's going on over here? Like, he's just like doing his thing, watching from afar. And then what did she say? She said something. Whatever her comment was, it was unacceptable. And then it got quiet. And she said,
she said something like, well, she's wanting to kill like more kids or something like that. We need to increase the number of kids we kill. And she's like, well, how are we going to do that?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
She
so how are we going to expect us to do that? Yeah.
She questioned her. Yeah.
Yeah. You identify me. Whatever.
She killed that bitch.
And then everyone else laughs.
I know.
Like, they're scared, but they love it.
You know what I hate though? Okay, so I don't know if you had this, but when you're at work and you have like manager meetings or whatever, and someone's like presenting a new idea or like they've been charged with, creating a new like policy or a new idea and they've worked really hard on it and it works. And you've got that one bitch who's going to speak up and say, well, what about this? Fuck off.
Save your questions.
Email me afterwards.
Email.
Why are you trying to embarrass me in front of all of my colleagues?
We're going to talk offline.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Like, come up to me afterwards. Don't be that person. No one likes that person. So I'm kind of on Angelica Houston's side. I feel like she was justified.
Listen, I'm here to tell you what the fuck to do.
Yeah.
And you're going to do it.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you the resources that I have. And if that's not enough for you, then you need to troubleshoot.
Thank you.
You know what? And if there's a real concern, you email me separately.
Thank you. That's the polite thing to do.
Real horror of the witches is insubordination. I'm glad we can get down to the root cause of the terror in this movie. You know what? Now that we're there,
Yeah.
does the grandmother work? She probably was that bitch. She spoke up. You know what? She was testy. I loved the grandmother of the little boy, the main little boy. But you know what? I can see her being that bitch. She was like, I have concerns and I don't think whatever. And she got fired. She lost her job. She left on disability. This makes so much more sense now.
Long-term disability for the company.
Exactly.
Come on.
Yep. Sucked all the money out of that company. And then, even though she's walking around just fine.
Yeah.
And that's why she has it out for her in the movie. She knows her from back in the day. And she's like, oh.
Bitches be holding grudges.
Yep. Same.
I get it.
Absolutely same. I'm petty.
Next up, I see this is on your list. It's on my list as well. It's the Blair Witch Project.
The Blair Witch Project.
Oh my God, what a great movie. I know we've talked about this movie in the past before, so I won't spend like a whole lot of time on it unless you have like other things.
You know what?
to
If
add.
you tuned into this podcast to hear us talk about witch movies, we're not going to talk about this witch movie.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No,
I'm not going to do it.
Well, I'll do it. God damn.
Yeah, please do.
Okay.
That's why we're here.
Perfect. Spoiler, you never see the bitch.
Nope.
However,
Not
but
once.
you feel her presence the entire 90-minute runtime of this movie.
She assaults you with that
I
presence.
feel like she's there the whole time. Yeah. Shit starts happening at night with these poor kids and shit banging on their tent and them running. Oh God, what a perfect movie.
It's interesting because when I watched this back in the day, this came out at a time when social media didn't exist. So when people were like, it's real, it's based on a true story, we were kids. We believed that, or I did at least.
We didn't have internet to look this up.
like
it was
the-
like early internet before internet was in everybody's homes.
Yeah,
right?
or like it was there, but it's like, like you have to wait for like 9 years. And by the time like 15 minutes later it logged in, you're like typing some stuff and wait for the screen to load. And it's like, and you're like, okay, well now my stepdad's home and he wants to use the computer, so I guess
Or
I
the
won't.
phone even.
Yeah. Oh yeah, somebody called. Damn it, got to start over again.
Yeah.
Fucking one. Okay, so anyway, we thought this was real. It was advertised that way, and then of course kids are talking.
A lot of people thought it was real. Adults thought it was real. My older sister thought it was real.
And that added to the experience, of course. You had never probably, like Cannibal Holocaust or things that, implemented like found footage as it's called now. It was a combination of a lot of things. It gives me like Exorcist vibes in the sense of a mass audience had never all at once experienced something like this.
No, found footage all at once.
Found footage all at once. It was a whole new subgenre introduced.
Introduced. It was introduced. Well, and no one knew what to call it. I don't think we even had the word found footage at the time.
That's what I'm saying. Like now we call it found footage, but back then I don't know what the fuck they call it. But it like when people saw The Exorcist, they still say it's the scariest movie ever made. I think it's because it's just so jarring if you're not used to that kind of movie.
Yeah.
And this one, besides the fact that it's really like it's a slow burn, but it is unrelenting. Like they start giving you bits and pieces of the story that you.
But even then, it's creepy though. When they said it, it's maybe it's a slow burn, but like it's creepy all the way through.
Yes, that's the thing. It's uncomfortable and creepy with just like we're lost and the paranoia of each other, and then if someone goes missing and then somebody else and blah blah blah.
Even before they get lost, like when they are going to do like the when they're still filming the documentary and they're going to the different sites, like the what's it called? That rock. I can't think of the name of the fucking rock. It's when they're trying to find the place where all these bodies were discovered and they were tied hand to feet in like a configuration.
And they describe it.
Yeah.
But it's
Coffin Rock.
Coffin Rock.
Look
at that.
Yeah.
I forgot that was even a thing until I rewatched the movie a couple months ago with my nephew. And I'm listening to the description and I'm like, I don't remember this at all.
Yeah.
So it's inherently like
it's unnerving.
Yeah, it's unnerving, but like you have to rely on your own imagination to put these things together. And then by the end of the movie, they give you enough. I've heard people say like, "Oh, I don't know what the hell happened." I'm like, "Well, then you're not watching the movie."
Right.
They give you enough to know exactly what happened in the end, but they don't. The foreshadowing is not shoved down your throat, so that it feels earned at the end of the movie.
Exactly, because they sprinkle it in like at the beginning, like they're doing like interviews with people in the town, and like you said, there's a wraparound, and because one of the people they interviewed was describing, the legend they hear about the Blair Witch, like she possessed like this man, and he would make one of the kids stand in the corner, face the corner, while he killed the other one, and then what happens at the end? One's facing the corner, and the other one's getting fucked
her head off.
Yeah. So
another thing with that movie too is because the acting was great. It was never overacting.
No.
It was very realistic acting.
Believable.
They probably improvised a lot of stuff too, which was smart. I remember the old lady that they're interviewing at one point was, why did I do this with my hands? It's like,
the old lady.
I just like crumbled up my fingers in my hand, like I'm protecting myself. She was describing her experience with, which usually I'd say like, bitch, you're lying. Like,
Yeah.
you're making this up.
Girl.
But yeah, okay, it's giving pick me.
It's giving
It's
pick me.
giving 1999 pick
Pick
me,
me.
you know? So she is describing like this like shadowy figure, whatever, and she's like, I had goosebumps on the back of my neck or something, and I'm just like, what
And it had horse fur.
yeah, horse fur. Yeah,
horse
and she's
fur.
like all these like the way she's describing it though, and she's like just so kind of like quietly. It's just weird and
I
unsettling.
believed her.
Yes, and so I believed her. Yeah, like
believed her.
believe women. But I mean, we have the iconic scene of her filming herself with the. I'm holding up the tape now.
Yeah.
There's a glare. It's fine. Filming herself, and I'm so sorry. Whatever. Also, everyone hates Heather. You know, like everyone hates this bitch. And when I watched it again, I was like, yeah, this really is all Heather's fault. Like it is. And I don't.
She didn't make them go though.
No, I don't.
I don't blame her.
She is annoying.
Everyone wants to blame women, James.
Yes, yeah. No, I just said support women. It
And
was
now
like,
you're blaming women.
Fuck Heather.
Yeah.
It's a character flaw. It's not. It's not gender. I don't see gender. I just see character flaws. So she was really the annoying and driving force of let's do the wrong thing over and over again.
Yeah.
She was that, but you kind of need that. But then she has her like comeuppance of like, I'm sorry, this is my fault, and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And that's the moment when she films herself.
Yeah.
And it is wild that you never see her, like we said. There's like what is it, like deleted scenes or extra footage that I don't know if this release, a release I had back in the day.
At the end of it, it's got some like footage of them like in the tent talking.
Yeah, in the tent talking,
like
and it was, but on the front, this is not it, because on the front it said like, you see the witch.
Yeah.
And it was just a marketing ploy, so you would get this other version of the movie that had the extra footage.
You don't see no witch.
Nope, it's a part where they're running and she turns really quickly, and they're like, if you pause it right, you can see that, you pause it just right, you can see his penis. Like, no, there was no witch.
Nothing. Yeah.
Nothing at all. It's just trees. And I was like, y'all fucking bitches. I will say, this is, a bit of a spinoff. I've seen Book of Shadows. I have not seen the one that's just called Blair Witch, which is
like the reboot kind of.
It's a direct sequel to this, where like it's the brother, like Heather's brother or something.
Heather's brother, and
is looking
he's
for
gonna
her.
find her. Yeah,
Moses saw it and said he liked it.
it's good.
It's the same director, I guess.
I think so.
I think it's the same person who did the first one did that, and I remember this is what I thought was cool, and I'll get off this movie. Is they announced that movie with a really creepy, scary teaser. It was called The Woods.
The Woods. Yeah.
And then after they did a big announcement, and The Woods title like morphed into Blair Witch, and everyone lost their minds. And I was like, that is so fucking cool. Like, we're already playing with the marketing campaign like they did with this one. And then the movie, I feel like, did just kind of come and go, which is unfortunate, but most people say it's good.
Yeah, I don't think it did well. I think it got bad reviews, but if you were a fan of the first one, I think it's not as good as the first one, but it's enjoyable. At least watch it once.
With found footage.
It's got some more. I'm not going to spoil anything, but what it really does, it gives good, like, the sense of claustrophobia is done really well in that movie. There's like a really bad claustrophobic scene.
Great.
You should check it out.
Sign me up. You look at the inside of this tape.
Ew.
What the fuck? Do you guys see that? I just showed this tape, but it's not the one I was going to talk about. But now that I just showed it to you, because it's got shit on the inside, I'm gonna. And it's Practical Magic with
Jenna Malone.
Jenna Malone.
Jenna Malone.
Okay. Yeah. So I may or may not have one time gotten Jenna Malone and Evan Rachel Wood confusioned, and was saying that Jenna Malone was the daughter in this movie.
You were being dead ass.
I was so confident. But yeah, she's not. You're right. She's not in this. Because I was adamant that I wanted her to be in the sequel that we're getting soon. So Evan Rachel Wood.
Yeah.
The correction. It plays the daughter. And I don't think has been announced in the sequel.
I think I saw that Diane Weiss and Stockard Channing had been announced.
Stockard Channing has not done a damn thing in a long time. I thought she had passed, and I'm so happy she'll be doing something.
I love Diane Weiss. She is precious.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, have you seen her in that show, like Mayor of East?
No.
The show is pretty good.
I've heard it's good.
She is scary.
Really?
Yes. Like her introduction scene is very much like you think she's like a mentor and a teacher, and then someone kind of mouths off, and she's giving Angelica Houston, and she's basically like, "Shut the fuck up, you stupid bitch."
Ooh.
I was like, "What?" You find out she's like the mother of the mayor of what? She's like the mother of these like a crime family kind of. but like her sons are the boss.
That's an interesting role for her.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's good. I mean, we didn't finish it, so like maybe she's actually like an angel. I don't know.
Because I've always seen her as this like, you know, she always
Very
plays these like
sweet.
sweet motherly figure roles.
Which is why
you
I think
know?
her introduction worked so well, and there was
Yeah.
like a punch in the face when she was like, "Read the book, you stupid bitch," and I was like, "Ah." But anyway, back to Practical Magic. So this is another fun one. I guess I go for the fun ones.
I love that movie.
I lean toward these. Yes,
I love them too. I like the real dark, creepy ones, and I love
the fun ones
too.
Yeah. I mean, we have like our Margarita song. We've got, well, I'll backpedal. It's rooted in the great relationship with the two sisters. So you've got Sandra Bullock and Nicole Kidman playing the adult versions, and there's like the kids in the beginning, and that's fine. And witch, you're a witch.
They're cursed.
Yes.
The women in the family are cursed. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, me too.
Yeah.
So any man that they marry will
Or fall in love with.
That's what it
Will
is.
die.
Will die.
Yeah.
Because the townspeople accuse their great someone
Yeah.
of being a witch just because she like slept around a little bit. You
Yeah.
know? Like, get over it. Maybe if y'all wives weren't so boring, or if you're man. Okay, so it's her fault.
It's her fault.
But all of these men, it's not their fault.
I
Let's
know.
talk about that.
Puritans.
So Sandra Bullock, who I would die for. I love Sandra Bullock. She falls in love and she gets married and has a kid, and there's like this bug or this beetle that they know is like the bringer of death, the death beetle.
Yeah.
And she hears it, and when Sandra Bullock cries, I cry.
Yeah.
And she could not find the beetle in time, and her husband sadly passed.
That was so
That
sad.
was so
she was
sad.
trying so hard to find that damn beetle.
That man was beautiful.
He was
in a
fine.
tragic
That was a man.
accident. That was a whole man.
Yeah.
And just lost, taken suddenly from us. And it's her putting her life back together again. Her sister Nicole Kidman, who they're kind of estranged now, have some kind of like witchy bond. And she comes back, but Nicole's maybe almost, but basically her fling, her like one night stand.
Yeah.
Who she's kind of falling for, is an abuser, blah, 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 etc., etc., etc. And then we have to use like a spell to make him go away, but now he's coming back to life as like a zombie or some shit. It's a lot of stuff is going on.
I know.
It's
got
grounded.
horror elements.
It's got horror elements.
Yeah.
It's grounded. It's got horror elements. It's grounded though in these two. Like these two carry the movie because all this fantastical shit would not fly as well. I just spit.
It's okay.
Like it wouldn't go as well if they were not so like the relationship is not so fantastic, and it's fun.
It's great, right? It's a very fun movie. I agree.
Yeah.
My mom introduced me to this one. She was watching it. She had like rented it or whatever one night. I'm like, what is this? And I'm like, I don't want to watch that. And then I sat down and watched it. I couldn't stop watching it. Yeah.
It sounds like your mom introduced you to a lot of stuff.
She did. My mom, we should have her on here sometime because she is a scene file but doesn't realize it.
Got you. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you've mentioned like many times like, oh, I was watching this movie and like jump behind my mom, or my mom was watching a movie, so I sat down and I was like, oh my God, that's it.
She knows a lot of movies. Yeah.
Mine was the opposite, where she just wasn't home or watching or paying attention. So I was like, what's on? Oh, Halloween 6 or The Exorcist.
Great.
Thank God for that.
Yeah.
Great.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
My next one, I know you haven't seen it, but I'm going to just talk about how much I love Rob Zombie's Lords of Salem.
Oh, you do.
I love that movie so much. I think Rob needs to stop doing remakes, and because when he actually does like his own original stuff, it's pretty good. I mean, okay, what I've learned about Rob Zombie, you either kind of love or hate his stuff, right? I fall in the middle on some of them, but like Lords of Salem, it's like my favorite of his.
Yeah.
Of all the ones he's done, definitely my favorite movie.
It's an experience.
It's an experience.
It makes it be an experience.
It's actually, I mean, there's beautiful scenes. He has this like amazing shot in this like beautiful cathedral. Sherry Moon Zombie,
just one shot.
She's not the best actress. However, in this movie, it works because she's kind of like lulled and kind of asleep the entire time, He
took her lines away.
Yeah, she doesn't like have a whole lot to do, and she's kind of like in a trance a lot of it.
Around, okay.
It's got crazy dark visuals. It's giving Suspiria. It's giving Italian horror. Visuals.
Okay.
What did I say? Visuals. It's giving Italian horror. Like you see, like he's pulling a lot of inspiration from like Argento.
Okay.
And I know I'm probably gonna get hate online for comparing Rob Zombie to Argento, but whatever.
Bava? Like, are we like there too?
It's there. It's very Italian. It is very Italian. It's very black metal.
Okay. Black metal. Okay. You're so stupid. Is it are people like swear is his redneck? This is what he gets.
There's no redneck.
That's the thing is he
This is
gets
not
a
redneck
lot of
at all.
flack for like most of his characters being like you fucking effing blah blah blah, and I hope you effing suck us fart turd bitch
Yeah.
slut, like all that stuff. And occasionally that works. Occasionally that's adorable.
Yeah.
But I've noticed that when he does original stuff, like you're saying, I have not seen that movie and I want to. When he does original stuff, it's an experience.
Yeah.
It's not for mainstream. He doesn't make it for mainstream. He makes it to be like horror, crazy, over the top metal. But I've never thought his movies were not aesthetically pleasing, except for maybe House of a Thousand Corpses.
Yeah.
But it's not meant to be aesthetically pleasing. And the movie has
It's meant to be kind of gross looking.
Yeah, it's him. Yeah, it's very like it's giving
gritty.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre,
grungy,
grungy. Yeah,
Yeah.
like there's no pretty shots. It's
Yeah.
very, and it's also like very fast, rapid editing. Then you have like Devil's Rejects that people like say is his best movie, and I agree it's one of his best movies because it is so vast and beautiful in the scope of things. Like cinematography is great, the soundtrack is great, like the structure works. It's a different take on the original film, et cetera, et cetera. I'm so sorry that I'm going on this right now, but we love Halloween 2, Rob Zombie's
We
Halloween
sure
2.
the fuck do. Yeah.
The man knows how to set up a shot. Whether you agree with the writing or the dialogue that's happening, like the stuff looks beautiful.
It looks great.
And I've heard from many people that Lords of Salem is, besides Devil's Rejects, like his best shit.
It's beautifully shot.
Yeah.
So the premise of the movie, quick synopsis of it, if you haven't heard of it, haven't seen it.
Spoil it.
There is, back in like which days? What's that, like the 16th, 17th century?
I don't know, it was like last
There's a
week.
coven of witches, and there's this one dude who's like out to get them and
It's always a man.
captures the witches, burns them all, but before he can burn like the head of the coven, she puts a curse on him and puts a curse and basically like a resurrection curse,
I
right?
love that for
like a
women.
lineage. And
Practical magic.
right. And so, and Cher Moon Zombie's character is kind of linked to that. And she works at a radio station as a DJ with a couple of people.
store.
And a random vinyl record shows up one day, and she plays the record, and shit starts to happen from there. And that's all I'm
Okay,
gonna
and
say
that's
about it.
And that's
Yeah.
on period.
Mhm.
All right, that's cute. And
Yeah.
you're saying it's good. Would I like it?
I think you might. I think it's wacky enough. It's pretty enough. And Cher Moon Zombie doesn't have a whole lot of lines. So I think you might
This might be a win.
give it a try.
I will give it a try.
It's polarizing. You're either going to really like it or you're really going to hate it. I enjoyed it, though.
Okay.
I actually got to see the premiere at South by Southwest back in
That's going to
2013.
add to it too.
Yeah, it
That's
was
gonna be
very
good.
cool.
Okay.
But I still, I rewatch this movie frequently.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll watch it.
Yeah.
All right. Now, it didn't jump out as being an obvious choice for like talking about witch movies, which is hysterical because it has
Which
the
is
word
hysterical.
Which is She's so punny. So the word witch is in the title of this movie, and it is Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. Because I started thinking like, okay, we're gonna go for like witch movies, and there's a bunch of obvious ones which we spoke about.
Yeah.
Because we're some obvious bitches, like nothing subtle about us. And I was like, I know there's like warlock movies, right? There's like male witches. We don't talk about them very much. And this came to mind, and I was like, what the fuck? Like this movie, I'm holding up the 4K from Scream Factory. I apologize. It comes in like a beautiful box, and I love the front. We love a box. There you go. It's cute. But it is the Halloween sequel that's like its own spin-off thing. They tried to make it an anthology series. Kind of one sequel too late. If they had done it as part 2, would have made more sense. Or if this was its own film.
Just called Season of the Witch.
Just Season of the Witch would have made more sense. But you know what? I don't think we'd be talking about it as much. So I'm very glad that the stars did not align for this film.
I know.
Because now it's an absolute cult classic, and I fucking love this movie.
A cult following it has now. I'm so happy for it too, because as a kid, I wouldn't watch it for the longest time because I heard it didn't have Michael Myers in it, so I'm not gonna fucking watch it.
I would seek out other Halloween 3s because I'm like, oh, this must my little kid brain couldn't compute that there was a Halloween 3 that didn't have Michael Myers, even though he is on TV at one point. But
it was meta. They broke it.
They broke it.
Yeah.
And Jamie Lee Curtis, I think, is like she's like a voiceover in the movie at some point. She's either like a radio, or I think she might be the person who's like announcing the curfew or something. And I'm like, that's cute. But as its own movie, it is just the opening. It's directed by Tommy Lee Wallace, who also did the It movie from the early 90s with Tim Curry. which does not speak to his directing abilities one way or the other.
Right.
But that movie also scared me as a
I
kid.
love that movie.
Yeah, that
I
movie
think,
scared me
I
as a kid
mean,
big time.
he's solid in my opinion.
This is so 80s to me. It's so like synth 80s. The soundtrack completely slaps. Yeah, but the whole opening
Yeah.
and then the like analog yeah, the analog title card that's popping up is so clever and interesting and makes sense.
It just
with
scratches
the
that
movie.
nostalgia itch in my brain
And then
so
the end of the
perfectly.
movie
Yeah.
is the TVs and stuff, so like it makes sense. Like the setup, the setup is worth it, but the opening is very dark and scary and suspenseful. Like this man's being chased, you don't know why, and he's like, "They're gonna get us," and we get introduced to, you know, I would not want this man to be my family doctor, Dr. Chalice.
Dr. Chalice.
Dr. Chalice,
Tom Atkins.
played by the Tom Atkins.
Played by
Who we
Daddy
met.
Tom Atkins.
Daddy, who, you know, pulls up with a 6-pack and a pack of smokes.
Yeah.
And I don't know, some broad he just met.
Says, fuck them kids.
Yeah,
I'm going
fuck
with
them kids.
this. Yeah.
And my wife. Are
Yeah,
they
and my-
estranged?
yeah.
I don't know, but I think he's at
By
the,
any bracket.
He's drinking, yeah, by any bracket. He's at the bar at like 9 a.m. or 11 a.m. or something having a drink. Like, you know what? Do what you got to do to get by. But he finds this man and the man gets ferociously murdered. That was like his nose gets ripped off.
Yes.
And then does he go into his eyes?
Yes.
I think. Yeah. Well, because you know you have to commit.
Yeah.
If you're gonna pull off the nose, you also have to
Gouge the eyes.
the eyes.
That's how you do
and
it.
it looks
Self-defense 101,
Yes,
James.
but that's back
Okay.
when they do No, I thought it was called, what's it called? Sing. Sandra Bullock.
Sing.
Sing. Yeah. Solar plexus, instep, nose,
Is-
groin. Sorry. I told you I love Sandra Bullock. So he.
We'll have a Sandra Bullock episode.
Yes, exactly. Back to this man getting his face ripped off. So, but the practical effects are great. Like you can have good practical effects, and this is what kills me, is when movies don't know how to film them properly. So the Friday the 13th movies were great for this mostly, where they gave you like a before and an after.
Mm-hmm.
So when you saw the practical effect, your mind made up where that fit
Or
in.
something like Flesh Eaters from Outer Space.
Oh,
do you know what I mean?
Gosh, Flesh Eaters from Outer Space. You know,
Yeah.
like absolutely give me a. It reminds me of you've seen Jaws of Revenge. Okay, so we're backpedaling to Flesh Eaters from Outer Space. So Jaws of Revenge has like the worst edited action sequences of all time. There's no establishing shots. There's no setup. Like you just get like a barrage of edited, like a mouth, water, sky, splash, blood, scream, yellow, like his jacket's yellow, whatever. That is what we got from the Flesh Eaters. But then they would show the person like, oh, with blood, and I'm like, you couldn't give us just like a little bit. They would show like mouth. Yeah, and okay, so listen, when you're like editing something and like let's say I filmed you screaming, but I wanted to like put music over it, I might take out the sound of the scream or take out the sound of whatever. No, they left it in. So like every little like mini cut is like but his mouth, the I was gonna say killer, the monster's mouth is like in the screen. And
There's
then,
only so much you can do with
and
shot
then
on
there's
video.
yeah,
you know?
and then there's a person dead. But you know what? If they had done it any other way, I probably would have liked the movie
No,
less.
no,
Yeah,
it was
it worked
perfect.
perfectly. But back to witches. So this movie with the practical effects was like the nose looked like his face, like they showed him getting strangled, and all of a sudden they cut to like his nose getting ripped like out, like pulled. Awesome. Later when the guy gets his head ripped off, looked a little like whatever, but they did it from a distance. So they show him getting his head ripped off, and it's the guy, and then they kind of show like a little bit of breaking someplace. You're like, oh no, and then they have a long shot of just like blah, like we rip it off. Just so good. You know, definitely what I should have been watching as a 5 or 6 year old.
For sure.
So, but the music, the practical effects, there is that, and Tommy Lee Wallace has even said it's like he calls it a pod movie. It's like Invasion of the Body Snatchers, but with this like warlock witchcraft, you know, Luck of the Irish kind of shit thrown in. I just think it's so great.
I agree.
And people shit on it because it's not Michael Myers, and that does not matter.
I think it's just it's gained fans now. I think the tide's actually turned with it. I mean, maybe not with like the mainstream moviegoers, but like true horror fans and fans of just like the Halloween franchise in general.
Yeah.
The tide's turned for it, and I think people have grown to love it.
That's-
I have.
Yeah. It scared me back then, but
I'm not gonna pretend like I used to love this movie when I was a kid. When I saw this movie as a kid, I'm like, this is boring. Like, I don't want to watch this. But like as an adult, I was like, I've rewatched it and with my adult eyes, I'm like, this is amazing.
Your eyes
I
are
love
adult?
it. Yeah.
So when this scared me as a kid, but it wasn't one that I sought out because I loved the timeline of
The Michael Myers stuff, yeah.
So yeah, but as an adult, yeah, absolutely. And it's the one that I rewatch kind of the most now that I've seen every Halloween sequel like a gajillion times, right? I rewatch just the specific sequels when I get a moment, but this is always like this one and like maybe H2O.
Perfect.
Like,
yeah.
Always, yeah. And probably Halloween 5. Yeah, no, I just love this movie. And if we're talking about witches, like you have to bring up Season of the Witch.
You have
to
to
bring up Season of the Witch.
You have to.
And then I actually I have a poster from a friend of ours, Niels, who does he does prints.
Oh, that's a great print.
It is the 3 masks. He did it himself. It's beautiful. But when we went and we met Dick Warlock,
what a great name.
Tom Atkins. Yeah, that's a fantastic name.
Fantastic name.
And Stacy Nelkin, we met them, and they're all pleasant. Dick Warlock was just like the nicest guy in the world, and took like a million pictures. He's like, let's do one like this. Let's do one like this. I was like, okay, fine. But I had them all sign that poster, and it's beautiful.
It's gorgeous. I'm jealous of that.
Yeah. Next time you're watching and I'm at home, I think it's in the background, possibly behind me.
The last one I have is Warlock. And I know I encouraged you to watch this movie on your channel. I know you probably weren't a huge fan of it.
I was not.
But maybe it's one of those movies where it's like, okay, if you saw it as a kid, you probably liked it more kind of a thing. It was like one of those direct-to-video, and maybe it did have a theatrical release. I don't know.
It probably went theatrical.
Maybe theatrical. I remember renting it first, and I thought it was terrifying. But I just thought like Julian Sands, R.I.P., plays this warlock who is about to get like put to death, but the last minute he creates a spell to like propel himself to the future to get out of like getting killed. And so it's set in like present day, even though the present day is like late 80s, like 89. Yeah. And he starts fucking up this poor waitress's life, this girl, and who's lovely, can't act worth a damn.
Not at all.
But the way that he puts this like spell on her that like makes her age like 10 years or so, or 20 years every day, or maybe it's like 30 years a day. So she's trying to figure out how can she break the spell. The guy that tried to kill the warlock jumps to the future as well, because before the portal closed, he jumped through too. And so she's got this guy who's wearing this like rabbit fur like vest, and they buddy up. And
I love rabbit fur.
she's like kind of like a valley girl too,
Yes.
She's like, I just need to get my charm bracelet back so I can get my life.
Charm bracelet.
She has like a charm bracelet I stole from her. Yeah.
I really wanted. I wish maybe if we had gotten more of her being a valley girl. Oh, she was. You know what? Maybe it's like Tina syndrome, where people like don't like Tina from Halloween 5 because she's like the blah 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 blah, but she's the lead.
I liked
her.
That's
kind of what I got from this. Is I was like, I'm fine with you being like really stupid, but I kind of am like, you're not taking anything seriously that's happening to you.
Yeah.
So why should I take it seriously?
Yeah.
But I think knowing that it's a little sillier, I want to rewatch it because it's directed by Steve Miner.
Yeah.
Who is not tied down to any genre. Like
No,
Steve Miner did
whatever. Yeah.
Friday the 13th 2 and 3. He did Halloween H2O. He also did Forever Young. He did like Placid. He did Warlock. He does like he's gonna get the paycheck.
Yeah.
Like he
does it well.
He does it well.
Yeah.
His movies look a certain like way that like they're not bad. So I mean, Friday the 13th 2 is terrifying. We've talked about that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I want to watch it again, knowing that it's more of like a little bit like a fun, silly. And maybe it's something like where Hocus Pocus, although I'd be shocked if someone watched Hocus Pocus and didn't like it, but like that did scare me as a kid too.
Yeah.
But an audience now might just look at it and say it's fun. It is fun.
I thought it was a fun movie.
But
I think
scared
well,
me.
and some of the ways that they the protagonists fight back against the warlock, I thought was kind of interesting. Like there's a scene where they're taking nails and like hammering them into like the warlock's footprints where he was, and like it's causing pain in him, and so like just those little things, it's like, those are cool. How do you fight back against him? It's like, but you got to put pennies in your mouth and take a nail and hammer it into him, and you got to do certain things. Like I think I always thought that stuff was kind of cool,
And there are likable characters kind of like introduced throughout that I was fearful for.
Yeah.
So like they go to like some barn or something.
They went to a barn with some Mennonites, and he's like, my milk's gone sour and all this stuff. He says there's witchery afoot, and and he's trying to help them. But I'm surprised you didn't appreciate the sense of urgency with the lead, because like she has a fucking countdown on her.
I think so. I didn't care about her.
Okay.
Yeah, because I was more invested in the guy that went back.
Yeah.
I was like, I want him to go back to his family.
Yeah.
She was just like blah, 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 running around, and I was like, I don't care if she dies.
Yeah.
So like that might be where it was lost for me. So I'll definitely watch it.
Try it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and the CGI was really bad. Remember he flies out of the barn and he's like, pew.
Okay, maybe that's how witches fly, because he had to kill a kid.
That's how witches fly.
He had to kill a kid to get like the flight ability, and in The Witch, she had to kill that baby so she could make her broom activate to fly.
Is
I didn't. Is that how it works?
Is that how witches? So witches. Is that how it works?
Is that how you fly?
I'll do it.
Let us know.
I'm not gonna do it. Here, Billy.
I love
I need
Warlock.
to get to the top shelf.
I love Warlock 2. I think Warlock 2 is a great 90s movie, like a great 90s horror too.
Is that Steve Miner as well? Probably
I
not.
don't know if it's Steve Miner or not, but it's got God, I can't think of her name right now, but she was in Hellraiser 3. Did you see Hellraiser 3?
No.
You haven't seen
not
Hellraiser
yet.
3? Okay.
I have that quadrilogy set, but I have to watch it still.
Warlock 2 is kind of fun too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's trying to find these like real pretty stones that
It's
can
still
help him. It's
Sands.
still
It's
Julian
still Julian
Sands. The third one that came out, I think like early 2000s, is Warlock 3. It is not Julian Sands.
Oh, why do that then?
I don't know.
Is it the same character?
I think it's supposed to be.
Oh,
and it's a blonde warlock,
do
but
that.
it's not him. Yeah.
Don't do that.
But he finds this. He has to like battle this other. It's like a house full of like young adults or whatever, and they're having like a party, and like he appears. But one of the friends, she dabbles in witchcraft. She does tarot cards, and she's trying to fight back against him one time. And she says some spell, and like just a drawer from like a dresser just flies out. She goes, "Oh!" And it was like the most like nothing defense ever.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. The whole time I was like this.
Yeah.
Like I haven't seen the movie, but of course I'm just agreeing with you. Like, ew.
Yeah.
Maybe it's great. I have no idea.
It's not.
And I'm not the person who should judge.
It's not. Just stick with the
I
first
should
two.
judge movies.
Yeah.
But that's witches.
That's
did witches, and that's on Witch.
Yeah. What are some of your favorite witch movies? I know we forgot. I mean, there's a lot that we didn't mention. We might do a part 2 at some point. Because like I didn't really talk about Suspiria, and that's a big favorite of mine. But like I need to really give that some attention.
Maybe it's like maybe
attention.
there's one that's we'll do covens
because
that's a whole specific thing as well.
Or Italian
witches.
Just Italian. Yeah.
I'm Italian.
Are you?
Mm-hmm. Well, okay. I'm Irish, and I look like I'm Irish, and I do this like I'm Italian.
Okay.
And then Armenian.
Oh.
I eat like I'm Italian. Like, give me carbs, I beg of you. So meet us in the comments and let us know if you agree with our choices. You can listen to more Don't Be Dead wherever podcasts are available, or watch full episodes exclusively on Patreon. Leave us a review. But until next time, don't be dead.
Don't be dead.
Don't be dead.
Bye.